what I really do, DC gang. Welcome back to the channel. As always, man, it's Halloween. I better be having a good day out there, bro. I'm chilling over here in my natural habitat, my natural form, you know what I'm saying, before we get into this Asian Warriors profile, deck list, and replays, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the content, please give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the boy, because I would greatly appreciate it. Alright gang, I was just trying to have a little bit of fun with my intro today. I hope you guys enjoyed it a little bit or something. I thought it would be a little funny. Happy Halloween to anybody who celebrates it, man. Just be safe out there, you know what I'm saying. Usually I stay inside because where I live you might get a $1.50. If you don't know what a $1.50 is, bro, just look it up in like urban Google or something. So with that being said, we have Asian Warriors. I have been enjoying this thing in this deck a lot. This thing actually, I might bump this up to 2. I might have to bump it up to 2 for this specific deck list because this thing is too good. This card is way too good. So with that being said, we have 3 Asian Warriors, Masterful Sumoi, right? Also, if I butcher any of these cards' names, I apologize. You know I can't speak English, bro, right? Okay. So we have 1 Duel and Lockbird, 1 Karikara Devincarnate. This thing is getting reprinted according to Decade as well. We have 3 Maxis, 3 Asian Warrior Masterful Sumoi, like I said, 1 Asian Warrior Graceful Sungong. Then we have 1 Asian Warriors Ingenious Sungkong. Well, yeah, we got 2 of these. You usually play this at 1, but because sometimes I open up with it, or you might open up with it, I run it at 2, just in case. But you could definitely just play this at 1. Then we run 1 Asian Warrior Savage Dong Ying. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the last Asian Warrior supports that they dropped. And this thing does 400 burn damage whenever your opponent activates any shenanigans, right? Then we have 3 Asian Warrior Loyal Ganyung, which the reason we run it at 3 is because you never want to play this deck going first. You honestly don't. I have 1 replay where I went first against Kashtira, which is hilarious. But you don't want to play this deck first, so you run 3 of these because if your opponent has multiple monsters on the field, you special summon this thing from the hand, and then you get to pop a card on the field. They have more monsters than you, right? So it's really good. Asian Warriors Valiant Sang-Di. I was thinking about bumping this up to 2, but you know, not really, because it's technically a brick if you open up with it and you can't special summon it. And then most of the time I like searching for it because it's better. The only problem is that a lot of decks mess with your deck nowadays, like Kashtira and stuff like that. So they might banish this off of your deck. So, but it's up to you. Then I am playing 1 Darla the Mystery Dust Kaiju. You could basically play any Kaiju, honestly speaking. I would recommend not playing level 7 Kaijus because you're giving Kashtira like basically fodder to go into some XE summoning shenanigans, right? So I played the Darla. Then we have 3 Asian Warriors Rebellious Lu Feng, right? Because this thing special summons stuff from the hand whenever you have any Asian Warrior monster on the field. Then we have 1 Raigeki, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Herald of the Abyss. And they're all mainly targets for triple tactic thrust, which we play at 3, right? Also the same reason why we have Lightning Storm and we have triple tactic talent. So that's why you play this thing at 3, because if your opponent activates any shenanigans during your combo or during your first turn or wherever it is, then you get to activate this thing and search out for any of these disruptions right here, which almost all of them will body Kashtira. So, and this one bodies Pearly, so you know you're gonna have a field day. So then we also play 2 Pot of Extravagance, you know, because you're extravagant. This thing is gonna get limited to 1, and I'm upset about it because mostly control decks play this thing. And you know, I get it, annoying decks play this card, but it's like, come on, bro. Decks like this that don't get any support or any good support anyways. I mean, this is good support that they dropped last time that they dropped it, right? But still, bro, I'm not happy about this going to 1. I'm not. So then, yeah, we already went over this. Triple tactic challenge, of course, to draw 2 cards, so look at your opponent's hand. Then we play 3 Fire Formation Tenji because it's another way to search out your Asian Warrior Masterful Sumui, which is basically your 1-star combo for OTK'ing. If this thing gets stopped, you might not be able to OTK. It depends on what other monsters you have in the hand. So, you know. Then we play 3 Asian Warrior Saga 3 Visits, because anytime this thing gets sent to the graveyard, it will allow you to special summon any Asian Warrior monster from the hand except for this one, because this one can only be special summoned by its own effect. So we play it at 3 because we could have it on the field. We could send it to the graveyard with this thing to bounce something back. We could send it to the graveyard with the Asian Warriors Ignatius Sun Kong, just, you know, to negate a spell. And we could send it to the graveyard with this one right here to search out for another spell, which most of the time would be this one. That way you could activate this effect and special summon another Asian warrior monster that way as well. So then we run, one Asian Warrior Saga Deception and Betrayal, because you gotta deceive your opponent, right? Then we have 2 Infinite Impermanence and 1 Red Reboot, because for some reason, we know the reason, but Labyrinth is on a rampage, bro, and I've grown to have a extreme hatred towards that deck because it's super unfair, bro. The deck is just super unfair. You guys are complaining about Kashtira. Labyrinth would body any deck in this game right now, almost. So then we have 1 Gaga Cowboy, just in case you want to inflict, you know, you put it in defense position. If you haven't finished your opponent, you get 2 level 4s, you get to inflict 8,000 to the face. It's really nice. You could definitely cut this out and add something else. I am playing 1 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, because this thing allows you to set one of these down. Also, this card is a Sea Summon. You can set 1 Fire Formation spell trap directly from your deck, but the main effect is that once per turn you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up monsters currently on the field, which is really good because you can negate a bunch of shenanigans. If you get to make it with 2 level 4s, right, you could go into your other combo, whatever. I haven't really used it all that much, so for keeping this budget friendly, you could take this out. Honestly, you could take this and take this and take this out, and you'll be okay, because the main card that you need is just this one. Then I play 1 number 1/1 Silent Honor Arc, and it's because I just like this thing. 2 level 4 monsters. If you exceed summon into this and your opponent has a special summon attack position monster, then you get to detach 2 materials from this thing and suck it up, and then you get to attack, and then you make a Zeus, right? So that's why I like this thing. Then we run 1 Zodiac Borbo and 1 Zodiac Shaka 9, specifically because we play Zeus, right? All you need is 2 level 4s. You go into this, then you go into your Zeus, right? Then we run number 41 Bagushka, just in case you do have to go first. If they force you to go first for whatever reason, you can go into Bagushka, stall out for at least 2 turns if they don't get rid of this thing, right? That's why we have it in there. Then we run 2 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, just in case you'll be able to special summon. You can have these 2 level 7s on the field sometimes, so if you want to go into that, if you already slapped your opponent and you want to do some burn damage just to end the game with that, then you could go into this thing. It's really nice. Again, Divine Arsenal Zeus, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, just in case you gotta pop a card on the field, a spell or a trap, whatever it is that you need to get rid of. Then you need, this is the main card. You could play this whole deck with just 3 of these in your extra. Well, not really, because you're playing part of Extravagance, but this is the main card that you honestly need, which is Asian Warrior of Double Dragon Lords. 3 of those. Then I am running 1 Black Luster Soldier, because again we have this level 7, this level 7. All you need is 3 monsters, and if this thing is made with a level 7 or higher material, your opponent cannot target with card effect. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. It can be banished though, so be careful with that. Then I am playing 1 Access Code Talker. You know how that boy goes. An Underworld Goddess of the Underworld, because she's a staple, bro. You need this card. This card is just way too tough. So with that being said, I have a few replays for you guys today. Some of them are in the Duelist Cup, some of them are in Master Rank, because that's where I am right now. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the board, because I would really appreciate it. Enough with the yapping, let's get into them replays. Right, again, here we are for replay number 1 of today, replay number 1. And this one was against Tearlaments. I hate the fact that this deck is back. It's a little bricky and all that, but this deck is still freaking crazy strong, bro. So with that being said, they're going to activate the Dragon Ravine, special summoning the Tearlaments Rhino Heart, sending a Highness to the graveyard, and they're going to use both of these monsters right here to fusion summon into the Tearlaments Kid Kalos. Of course, bring her out here, activate that thing's effect, send the Tearlaments Kashtira to the graveyard, activate that thing's effect so you can mill 2, activate the Kid Kalos again, special summon the Tearlaments Kashtira, send that thing to the graveyard. Now you're going to mill 1,000 cards. It's like 8 cards, I think it is. 3 and 5. So here they hit a Stellar Romaine, then they hit a Shadow Beast, also hitting a Hell Shadow Hollow. I don't know what the heck any of this matters for, but this is how they're playing the deck, right? Tearlaments Sharon, activate that thing's effect, send a Fenrir the Soul Drapon to the graveyard. This thing is crazy, bro. Special summon that thing, which is a level 1 tuner. Again, they're gonna use both of these monsters right here to fusion summon to the Tearlaments Rukalos, bring it out here. Then they're gonna use both of these monsters right here to synchro summon to the Chaos Ruler. Now, I don't want Chaos Ruler to be banned. People keep talking about this card being banned. Don't ban this card, bro. So here they're gonna hit, of course, a Shadow, a Tearlaments Rhinoheart, a Jet Synchro, a Tearlaments Grieve, and a Field Spell. They're gonna activate the Rhinoheart's effective special summon it, activating the Jet Synchro, sending a card to the graveyard so they can special summon it as well. Then they're gonna use both of these monsters right here to link into the Crushed Sheep. Activating the Chaos Ruler, they're gonna banish 2 cards, special summon it back onto the field. Okay, bet. And they're gonna use both of these monsters right here to go into the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is crazy because they activate the sheep, bring the level 1 tuner back onto the field, and with both of these monsters they make Baron de la Flor. Like, okay. So here they're gonna set down a trap and then their turn. Now I'm gonna show you another replay where I lost. It was like 6 turns 2 at some point, where it was crazy. It was against like this same type of deck. So here we're gonna join to our Masterful Summon. I activate my Loyal Guan Yun, which I was hoping that they would activate the Tearlaments Rukalos against this. And then I realized what happened, right? Because they send that into the graveyard. They're gonna special summon it back onto the field. That's going to trigger the sheep. The sheep is gonna special summon the Rhinoheart. Now they're gonna send the Halflings to the graveyard, activate that thing's effect, using both of these monsters. They go into a freaking window, bro. Oh no. Tearlaments Kikalos, activate that thing's effect. Send it to the graveyard, activate the Sharon. Now I think that they go, yeah, with the Shadow. They go into El Shadow window. So now this man has a full field of monsters, and I can only special summon twice, right? So I'm like, okay, bet we're gonna set down the Ancient Warrior Saga. We're gonna activate the Triple Tactic Thrust. Of course, they have the Ash Blossom for that thing. I'm like, okay, bet I can't do anything about it. So here I'm going to normal summon my Masterful Sumoi, also activating our 3 Visits effects so we could search our Ancient Warrior Rebellious Lu Feng, right? Then we're going to activate this thing's effects and then a card to the graveyard so that way I could search out another Ancient Warrior monster. But of course, they have the Infinite Impermanence. I'm like, okay, great. I was mainly hoping that they would use the Baron de Flor, right? Because here I use my Kurokara, which is crazy because they use this thing's effect, bro. So I don't know why the heck that thing didn't get, you know, I'm guessing because it came from the graveyard, but that's stupid. Because you used your effect, so that thing should have been out of here, but it wasn't, right? So here I get a 6,000 attack boost. I'm going to attack over the Baron de Flor. Honestly, everything I did was to try and bait that thing out before I used the Kurikara, but they never did, right? So I attack over that thing. I can't do anything else. They don't have any more cards though, and they also can't special summon more than 2 times. So here they're gonna slap my Sumoi, right? Okay, bet. So here it just became a beatdown duel. I thought it was hilarious because here I can't special summon any one of these. Mainly this one because I don't have an Asian Warrior monster on the field. So I have to go and beat down their Tearlaments Rukalos, right? So here I activate that thing's effect. I try to bring the Baron de Flor back onto my field, and now they have the stupid Mudara. I'm like, oh my god, bro, I thought we were done with all of this. So now they're gonna shuffle both of these cards back into their deck. I'm like, okay, bet. Bring them in here. I don't get to bring anything onto the field, and that's all they wrote, right? So here they join to another card. They're gonna put this thing in defense position because they also, like I said, they can't special summon more than twice. That's why I didn't get rid of it. So I'm like, okay, bet. Also here I knew that my spell was going to activate because it has this effect where it says if this card is sent, well, no, hold on. It says once per turn, send this card to the graveyard during your second standby phase. So because I think I sent to this graveyard, I get to special summon one of my Asian Warrior monsters, which would allow me to special summon this thing too. So they just cool. Yo, I really did. I don't like this deck, bro. I feel like we were in a phase. We were in an era. I thought the era was over. We didn't have to worry about Tearlaments no more. And they're still here. But it is what it is. Let's go to the next replay. We are for replay numero 2, number 2 of today. Now, I don't have any replays going first besides this one because you don't want to play this deck going first. And this was just a funny replay to me. So we're going to activate the Fire Fermentation Tenki. They're going to activate the Droll and Lockbird. I'm like, okay, bet. Now I can't add cards. So I'm going to activate my Triple Tactic Talent. Look at their hand. I'm like, okay, they're playing Kashtira. So I'm going to send a Pot of Extravagance back into their deck so they don't get to draw 2 because I don't have an Ash. So then I'm gonna normal summon my Masterful Sumui. That way I can special summon my Rebellious Lu Feng, right? And that's all I have. Which technically I have a bounce back and a pop a card on the field, so I'm not too worried about it. So here they're gonna activate the Infinite Impermanence, so I can't pop anything now. They're going to special summon the Kashtira Ogre, right? And of course they drew into the Tearlaments. Out of all the cards that they could have drawn to, it had to be this thing, right? So they special summon the Kashtira Unicorn. I'm like, okay, bet I'm going to activate this thing's effect, and I know I'm negated, bro. I understand. But the thing is that even though it's negated, if I activate it, it's going to trigger this thing's effect. So I'm like, let's do it. Which of course is going to trigger both of their effects as well, but I'm okay with that. Because now I activate my Masterful Sumui, and I'm going to send the Unicorn back into their hand. Send it. Of course, they're going to, you know, target, well, mill 5 of my cards so they can send 1 into the banish zone. They banish my Masterful Lu Feng, and then they're going to banish my Sus. They go into the battle phase. Now, I'm not 100% sure towards why they didn't attack over here. Because they could have attacked over this thing. So, it is what it is, right? So then here I'm going to join to my 3 Visits, and I can get to pop off because I activate that thing's effect, activate my Lu Feng, pop that thing, get it out of here, activate my Sumui, send the Tenji to the graveyard so I can get myself the Su Kong, special summon that thing, activate my 3 Visits so I could search out a Sang Di, activate the Sang Di, I would have special summoned that thing. We basically had a bunch of OTKs. But what you're telling me is, bro, you're worried about this deck? You guys are worried about Kashtira, bro, and I'm not defending the deck or anything. It's just, it's so easy to beat, man. Kashtira, and it breaks, and it's so easy to beat. Let's go into the next replay. Right, gang, here we are for replay number 3 of today. Now, this one, I did use Maxi. I think we drew 3 cards. Usually, I honestly hate showing Maxi replays, because it's like, what the heck are you supposed to do? You use Maxi. But because we drew into the red reboot, if I'm not mistaken, I wanted to show it to you, to show you how the deck works with everything that's in the deck, right? So here they're gonna normal summon the planet Pathfinder, that way they can search out their pressure planet Race Off. Now they're gonna set that thing down, activating its effect to search out a Unicorn. Of course they're going to activate the Unicorn, but before they do that, I'm going to activate Maxi. They got the triple tactic thrust, and they set down the triple tactic talent. I'm like, why would you set it down? But I'm like, okay. So they special summon the Unicorn, activate the Unicorn's effect, search out the Tearlaments. Now they activate the Tearlaments effect, target the Unicorn so they can special summon the Fenrir, and they're gonna set down one back row, activate the Fenrir, searching for another Unicorn, and that's all they roll, right? So I'm like, okay, bet, let's do it. So here I'm gonna kaiju that thing, the Fenrir, get it out of here because I don't need any one of my bosses getting banished, right? I don't really care if they banish a card from my extra deck, so I'm fine with this. They're gonna activate the Effect Veiler, which I'm like, oh well, okay. Now I can't do anything with this, right? So I'm gonna draw 2 cards. So here I drew into my spell, which luckily I did, because if not, I wouldn't have had anything else, right? And the thing about this is that even if it's negated, I still get to activate its effect, right? So I activate its effect, send the spell to the graveyard, the spell gets to activate, special summon the Savage Dongying, activate that thing's effect, special summon the Lu Feng. Before we do that, of course, they're gonna banish my Sus. Now I get to special summon my Sang Di, special summon the Lu Feng. Then we both for these monsters right here. We're going to link off into the Double Dragon's Lord, right? Bring him out here. Activate that boy's effect. They're gonna hit us with the Infinite Impermanence, and this is why I wanted to show you the replay, because that's why we play 1 copy of this thing, mainly for Labyrinth, but also to protect us from Infinite Impermanence if we have it, right? Because here they're gonna try and target this thing and negate it, and if they would have negated this thing, I'm pretty sure we would have lost, because this thing would have diminished our attack. I probably wouldn't have been able to attack over anything, honestly speaking. So now I get to activate that thing's effect, paying 4,000 life points, right? Get that thing out of here. You can set another one. Go ahead. It's fine. We're planning on ending the game here anyways. So with my double dragons, I'm going to search out my Deception and Betrayal. Set that thing down, activating its effect. That way I can special summon my Graceful Sun Gong, right? Paying 400 life points. I'm going to activate my Rebellious Lu Feng. That way we could pop the highest attack monster on my opponent's side of the field, right? Then I get to activate this thing's effect, which negates this thing, which doesn't really matter because I'm going to activate the double dragons and the Maxi to the graveyard, so I could bounce the Unicorn back to the hand. And now it's just free real estate, bro. Bah. 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 GG's. And that's why we play Red Reboot in this deck, because even though you're playing a going second deck and you're planning on breaking boards and all of that, you can't. Sometimes you might not have the necessary means to deal with like spells or traps in the back row. So Red Reboot is a reason why it's a good card to counter that flaw that this deck has, right? So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang, here we are for replay number 4. Number 4 of today. And again, of course, we're going second. Oh no, we're going first. Okay. So I said that one Asian Warrior Masterful Sun Wing, right? I believe we could have actually made a board, a going first board. But again, I don't like playing this deck going first at all because this deck is very minimal with resources. So that's why most of the time you want to play going second. So here they activate the Pot of Desires, right? They're going to banish 10 so they could draw 2 cards. I'm going to activate Jordan Lovebird so they cannot search out for no more cards. And here I realize I'm playing against Sky Strikers, right? So they try to battle over my monster, but they have the same attack and defense. So he doesn't get to do anything. Now they go into the Hayate, slap me in the face 1 time for the 1 time. Send a Sky Striker mobilized to the graveyard, activating the Triple Tactics talent. That way they could look at my hand, they send the Kaiju back into the deck, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. Then they're gonna link off with the Hayate into the Kagari. Activate the Kagari's effect, that way they could get the immobilized back into the hand. Then they're going to link off into the Sky Striker Kaina. Okay, bet. They didn't go into the water one, I forget the name of it because they couldn't search our card, right? So they're gonna sit down to back row and end their turn. So here we go into the Herald of the Abyss. I'm gonna activate that thing's effect, that's why I could try and get rid of this thing. But of course they're going to activate the Sky Striker mobilized linkage, right? So now they're gonna get rid of this thing off of the field, get it out of here. That way they can link summon into a Kagari, right? Now, basically this thing technically got negated or dodged, right? So now they get to activate this thing's effect, getting the linkage back to the hand. I'm like, okay. So here I'm going to activate my Triple Tactics Thrust, searching for the Triple Tactics talent. Activate the Triple Tactics talent so we could draw 2 cards. Give me that. Here we draw into a Rebellious Lu Feng, so I'm going to special summon that thing back onto the field. Activate that thing's effect, which of course they're going to activate the Ray to bring it back onto the field. I'm going to activate my Masterful Sun Moi, right? Sending a card to the graveyard so I could search out my Sun Kong. Activate that thing's effect, special summon it, which is going to trigger this thing so I could send this back to the hand, which is going to trigger their effect so they could quick effect to special summon a Hayate onto the field. Then with both of these monsters, we're going to go into the Double Dragon Lord. Activate that thing's effect, searching out a Valiant Sandy. Activate the Valiant Sandy, special summon it, activate the Double Dragon, send the Sun Moi to the graveyard so I could bounce this thing back into the extra deck. And that's free real estate. I love back and forth duels like this, bro. It's like, yeah, you got something, I got something for it. I got something, you got something for it. I love these type of duels. With that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang, here we are for replay number 5, I believe it is. And this is one of the reasons why I also was enjoying playing this deck, is because people thought that I was playing Makenko, so I made them go first. And they decided to pass turn, right? So I'm going to activate my Pot of Extravagance. Now mind you, I didn't get to OTK here or anything like that. I'm going to activate my Ancient Warrior Saga, but this is a good way to show you how you can make a good turn 1 board as well, right? So here we're going to activate our spell because we normal summon the Masterful Sun Moi, right? Which is going to allow us to search out any Ancient Warrior monster. So I went for the Valiant Sandy. So here I'm going to activate my Masterful Sun Moi. Of course, they have an Effect Veiler. I send the Maxi to the graveyard because I didn't think I would need it since I was going for the OTK. Got a little cocky. It is what it is. We get negated. I'm going to special summon my Lu Feng because I can't special summon this thing unless I have 2 Asian Warrior monsters on the field. So now I special summon that thing and I go for the damage, right? Slap him in the face 3 times from the 3 times. That's going to leave them with 700 life points. And then with both of these monsters right here, we're going to go into the Double Dragon Lords, of course. Activate that thing's effect. Search out a Igneous Sun Kong, which because I searched it out and added it to the hand, it gets to special summon itself. And then we're going to set down our Infinite Impermanence and end our turn. Now mind you, this could be a great turn 1 board because you have a quick effect, bounce back a card to the hand. You have a pop-up card on the field, basically whichever monster has the highest attack. And this thing can negate a spell or trap by sending this thing to the graveyard. And then we have Duel and Lockbird, and we have Infinite Impermanence, right? So here we get Kaiju. It's not a Kaiju, but we get Kaiju. Then they try to activate Infinite Impermanence right here. So this is why I told you. This thing gets to negate traps and spells by sending the 3 visits to the graveyard. So get that out of here. We're not getting negated. So here they're going to normal summon the Scarecrow Rich Heart, and I just made a video on this deck, so I know that they search this out for spells and traps. So I'm going to activate my Infinite Impermanence, negate that thing, get it out of here, because this thing can search out for a negate or any other trap that they need for a Scarecrow trap, right? So here they're going to special summon the Astra. Then they're going to use this monster to link summon into the Lightheart, right? They're going to immediately activate that thing's effect, searching out their field spell. So here I activate my Duel and Lockbird because the field spell itself is going to have to basically add a card from the deck to the hand. So Duel and Lockbird actually kills that card right now. And here I'm going to activate my Double Dragon's Lord, sending this thing back, and well, you know, getting rid of this thing so I can send this thing back, because they can't special summon this thing back from the hand, right? Because they already used that effect, and they need 3 monsters to go into the main boss Link monster, right? I just made a video on this deck, so I knew how to beat it, bro. I knew exactly what I needed to do. Get that thing out of here. Of course, they're gonna activate the Arrival, special summon the Rich Heart. Then they're gonna use both of these monsters right here to go into the Duner Dagger for higher. Activate that thing's effect, pop my Dragon Lord, and they're gonna scoop, because there's nothing else they could have done, bro. Nothing else. They needed, if they would have had another Scarecrow monster in the hand, I would have got washed. Legitimately, I would have got washed, bro. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang, here we are for replay number 6. Now I'm gonna show you another one because it was a crazy duel. Even though I lost at 6 turns against Tearlaments, I still want to show it to you. So here we're playing against Rescue Ace. They activate the Hydrant, searching out another Rescue Ace monster. So I'm gonna activate my Duel and Lockbird, of course. Get that thing out of here. They're gonna use this monster to link off into Link Karibo. And they're gonna set down 1 backward and end their turn, right? So here I'm going to activate the Infinite Impermanence, the Impermanence, the Link Karibo. I'm going to activate my 3 Sagas Visit, normal summon my Sumoi, so that way we can activate that thing's effect. But of course, we're going to get Ash Blossomed. I'm like, okay, bet, it is what it is. So now I'm going to activate my Triple Toxic Thrust, getting my Triple Toxic Talent to the hand. That way we can activate that thing's effect, right? Draw me 2 cards, and of course we're doing 2 Max Cs. So then I special summon my Lu Feng, activate my Sun Mui's effect, sending a Max C to the graveyard so I can search out another Asian Warrior monster. Of course they activate the Rescue Ace Impulse. I'm going to activate the other Max C, and then they're going to activate their own Max C, right? I'm like, okay, bet, it is what it is. So now we're taking the Max C challenge. I special summon a card, I draw into another Sumoi. Then I search out my Su Feng, right? They're going to activate the Rescue Ace attacker. That's going to allow them to draw 2 and send a card to the graveyard. So here I special summon my Su Kong. Of course, they're going to draw a card, draw 2, send 1 to the graveyard. Activate my Masterful Summon, bounce that thing back into the hand. Then with both of these monsters, we're going to link off into the Asian Warriors Double Dragon Lords. Activate that thing's effect. Search out my Valiant Sandy. Activate that thing's effect, activating my Asian Warriors Oath, right? Sending the 3 visits to the graveyard. That way I could send the Link Karibo back into the extra deck. Get it out of here. Special summon, and that's way more than lethal damage already. And I get to special summon my Masterful Sumoi as well. And they scoop. So with that being said, let's go into the next and final replay, which was a crazy duel against Tearlaments. Alright, gang, here we are for the last replay of the day, and this was against Tearlaments. We lost the duel, but it was a crazy duel, right? And honestly speaking, bro, I'm not even gonna commentate over it like that because it's just Tearlaments shenanigans that you've seen 1,000 times. Like, I really thought we were done with this deck. Now the reason why I don't like this deck, bro, is because even when you're beating it, you're not beating it. And even though it's super inconsistent right now, it breaks like hell. When it gets to pop off like this, bro, it's just ridiculous. Like, look at this. Of course, they activate that thing's effect. They get a Hotness to the hand. Send a Sharon to the graveyard. Activate the Sharon. Using both of these monsters, they're going to the Kashtira. Activate the Jet Synchro, special summon it. Level 1 Tuner, level 8 monster, Hot Dragon Arcfiend, right? And that's their board. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm going to activate my Loyal Guan Yung, right? That thing gets bodied and negated. Get it out of here because I was trying to special summon it. They send the Halfness to the graveyard, activating the Halfness effect. Of course, with both of these monsters, they're going to the Tearlaments Kashtira. Activate that thing's effect so they can search out the Tearlaments Kashtira that they bounce back from the graveyard. Activating my Triple Tactics Trust so I can search out my Hero of the Abyss. Activating that thing's effect. And of course I picked Dark and Aqua so we could get this thing out of here and they wouldn't be able to activate that thing's effect, right? Because they already activated the Rukalos. But of course, Hot Red Dragon Arcfiend. I think what I should have done here was activate the Raigeki now that I think about it. But it is what it is. Maybe I had a different plan when I was playing. Oh yeah. Actually, no. I think I was fine with this because if they activated everything, I could activate my Kurikara, right? See, that's in life points. Attack. And of course, they activate the Tearlaments Kashtira. Special summon that thing onto the field. Banish a card. Activate that thing's effect and mill 3. So here I activate my Raigeki. And of course, they have a Tearlaments Soki. So now they negate my Kurikara. So that thing has 15,000 attack. I don't get to destroy anything for real. They're going to activate that thing's effect, mill 3. And of course, they send a freaking Fairy Tail Snow to the graveyard, bro. I was so upset at this shenanigans, bro. Get this shit out of here. So they activate that thing's effect. Flip my Master from Sunvoid upside down. I get to activate this thing's effect. I'm trying to bring the Rukalos onto my field. Just in case they try to fusion summon into it again, right? And of course we're negated, so it's not going to happen. So here they're going to join to a card. Activating the Chaos Ruler. Banishing 2 so they can special summon that thing back onto the field. And they're gonna go for the battle phase, slapping my Kurikara in the face. With the Fairy Tail Snow, they slap my Masterful Sumui in the face and set down one back row, right? So here going to a Masterful Sumui, I'm going to normal summon that thing, special summon the Lu Feng, activate that thing's effect, so we could pop the Chaos Ruler in the face, right? Then we're going to activate our Masterful Sumui, targeting this thing to bounce it back into the hand, and of course they have a Call by the Grave. So now they call by the grave the Masterful Sumui that's in my graveyard. I'm like, okay, bet I can't do anything about it. It is what it is. So I think it's body and negated. And I have to go into the end phase because unfortunately I can't even attack over this thing. Because if I attack over this thing, look at all of the cards that they have. Which, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they would have been okay. They definitely have more than enough material to just me attacking over that thing. And then special summoning back onto the field and flipping something down. Now, this is one of the things about this deck is that it's, you have to basically end the game as soon as possible because you have limited resources, right? So that's why I didn't want this thing getting flipped or getting out of here, right? So now they, of course, join to a Rhino Heart, send the Halfness to the graveyard, activate that thing's effect, and they're going to fusion summon into the Kaleido Heart. And here, I just scooped, bro. I was out of there. Because it's like, I hate this deck, bro. Because even though I activated this effect to pop that thing, it gets to come back onto the field if I'm not mistaken. I think it's bounced back, and it gets to come back onto the field. I activate this thing to bounce this thing back to the hand. But what does it matter, bro? I'm negated. Soliak is crazy. Everything is negated permanently. So I'm out of there. But I still managed to play through their board, bro, which was crazy to me with this deck. So with that being said, let's go back to the deck list. Alright, gang, this is the deck list. This is how I'm playing the deck. Honestly speaking, bro, this deck has one weakness. I would recommend playing it if you have the cards, if you want to have fun, if you want to try it out. I went on a 10 winning streak, then went on a 5 losing streak, then went on a 5 winning streak, then went on a 7 losing streak. It's like you're going to have a lot of back and forth with this deck. You could definitely make it to master with it. I was playing I was mainly playing in the Duelist Cup, but you could definitely make it to master with it. It could be a little hard, because if this thing gets stopped, most of the time your whole combo gets stopped. And even though you're breaking boards and stuff like that, all they need is one card. You could play around certain things, but Makenko is better than this deck in my opinion, in terms of being able to getting rid of the board better, just because lava golem, honestly speaking. You play more lava golems, you play more kaijus, and also the spell sends a card back. But they both have their strengths and weaknesses for going second OTK decks. I like this one better because it's easier to OTK. You do it faster, you break a board, you go in there, you slap somebody. Mechanical, sometimes you get stopped, it becomes a longer game, you might not have what you need, yada yada yada. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, again, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.